Cause they thought I'd never make it. See me fall down and they celebrate it. Learn how to win with no demonstration. Pop out the cool, got a ventilated. Cause I can't see shit out on 95. Prolific little bitch, I see dollar signs. The shit I done seen got me traumatized. Tryna clear all the pain in my mama's eyes. And my daughter, she watching me closely. Tryna better myself like I should be. Had to chill out with all of that street shit. I came a long way, but don't push me. Rest in peace to my bro, it ain't right though. 20 bands, nothing that's light sauce. Hit the booth and I turn all the lights off. Gotta get in my zone. Gotta turn on my phone, cause all them smiles is fake and I see it. Bad guy, if I got it, I'll be it. Baptized, but I'm living with demons. Trap vibes, so I'm cashing out Neiman's. No face, swear these bitches is heathens, but I don't need them though. Keep my moves quiet, you don't need
them. What up?
What's good?
Welcome to Prolific Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. It's one of your hosts checking in, as always, Berto, with my co-host.
Your boy Will.
Will checking in,
Willie.
as always. Got a good one today. For one, my boy already beat us to it, but we're starting off with the toast, always. Pinkies up.
Damn, my boy.
He got us to beat us to it.
Yeah, I'm saying.
It was a good-ass drink. It was a good-ass
My
drink.
bad, yo.
Nah,
my bad. My boy licking his chops.
You're good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Prolific Podcast. This is our episode number 33. We have a very special guest today joining us today. Of course, a special guest is not special without the right introduction.
And you?
Would you agree?
Yeah, of course. And you're the master. You know, with fucking Millie rocking and shit.
Let me get ready. Make my notes. Make sure you focus on him. Don't focus on me.
Yeah.
So joining us today, we got a young gentleman changing the fashion menswear game.
OD.
Hands down.
OD.
Not even OD. Look at my man today. Low key, when he pulled up, I was about to go back home and change. Because I was like,
Hey, man.
Low key, he pulled up. I was about to ask him for $20. For gas money.
Be like, yo, by the way, lights due today?
Yeah. Like, yo, listen, just until next week, I got you. Just $20.
Just $20, man.
Hey, man, that's what happens when you invite me out, man. I'm going to pull up.
And, hey, pull up correct. Always overdress rather than underdress. I feel that 1,000%.
Facts.
But ladies and gentlemen, this young man we have is taking the fashion and menswear game to a whole nother level. All right?
Big facts.
From thrifting, classic pieces, timepieces, accessories, watches, loafers, jewelry, you name it.
Bifocals. Boy got the
Haircuts. My boy's the first one to get a haircut in a thrift store. No.
yeah.
Chill.
Vintage pieces, all of that to rocking the suits, tailored to the toes, tailored down to the socks. He's rocking the ankles out today.
Yeah,
ankles
for
out
sure.
today.
Ankles
you know
out.
what I'm saying? Ankles out.
The socks are here, but they're hiding. They're hiding.
Got the lotion on the ankles.
The
just
lotion
in
on
case.
the ankles. You got to get that on the elbows.
Yeah.
But nah, ladies and gentlemen, this man is a style expert when it comes to menswear. He's helped thousands of people, thousands of clients all over the world get styled for events. He's known as a fashion icon right here from Miami-Dade County.
Say his name.
Not yet.
I got you.
Miami's favorite stylist coming to you live from Suit Supply in Brickell City Center. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chayanne Munoz. Welcome, my brother.
The one and only.
The one and only. Pinkies up. Hey, but you beat us to it, but again.
Cheers again.
Cheers
Fuck
again,
it.
man.
Why
There's
not?
always a cheers. There's always a cheers. Cheers to
listen,
everybody.
man, I appreciate
Cheers to
the
Gabe in the
introduction.
back, always holding it down.
Okay, on the ones and twos.
One hell of an introduction, by the way. I've never had anyone to hype me up. I didn't even know I was all that shit that you listed right now.
That's what we're here.
That's why we're here.
That's what we're
Nice,
here.
a nice reassurance right there. So appreciate that.
That's our way of giving people that come on our show their flowers. You know what I mean? Because as men, we always tap into that. We don't get our flowers a lot of times when we deserve it. Mm-hmm. And something as simple as just reminding you of what the fuck you're doing and where you're going is something that needs to be heard.
Bro, it goes a long way.
And I feel like it's something that needs to be more instilled. Like, it's funny. I was at the store the other day, and the old me kind of like felt back, but like this dude had like some dope ass pants. Like, you know, I love joggers and shit like that, just as me, because that's how I like to dress. But I like looked at him and I was like, oh, them shits are dope. But I was like, I gotta tell this motherfucker. But then I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you call yourself.
I was like, why am I still? Because from where I grew up, I mean, we're all from up north, so, right? You say you're from New York?
Yeah, or from Boston, actually. Grew up
Boston?
in Boston.
I'm from
yeah.
Providence.
Okay,
so,
bet, yeah.
So I'm from up north. So it's like you grew up like, nah, I'm not telling him that he looks fly. Like, because then I'm going to look like a bitch. So I just looked at him and then I was like, nah, I'm not saying. And then I was like, you know what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, I went out, I'm like, yo, those pants are dope. Where'd you get them? He's like, oh, I got them from here, boom, boom. And it was a cool ass conversation. But I was like, And I'm not usually like that. It was just random that I randomly had that thought, like, I'm not gonna give him that love. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong? Like, this isn't me no more.
You passed that.
I'm like way past that. So I was like, all right, let me gave him his compliment and shit like that. So
yeah, it goes a long way, man. But let's check in. We haven't done it in a while. Let's check in. So one thing we do, of course, besides what we're gonna get into, and we're gonna get into the fashion and how this young gentleman is changing the game and what he's doing and what approach he's taking and how he's changing the game from what people think fashion is. But we always like to do a little check-in too. Like, how you feeling? How are you feeling as Chayanne today? Where's your mental at? How you at mentally?
Bro, that's crazy how you say that, man. I've been the most focused on my mental in the past few months than I've ever have, man. I feel like a lot of things are lining up for me, which is super, super scary. I feel like a lot of things that I envisioned and wanted at some point in life is like starting to happen. And I've always been a strong believer, man, spiritually, that, people are destined for great things, as long as they work hard for it. And I feel like I put in that time and things are starting to turn around, man. So, I mean, definitely grateful for where I'm at in life. Obviously, everyone has their ups and downs, but as of right now, man, I'm feeling the most grateful I've ever been, man. It's exciting, man. I got a really good year lined up, life-changing year I'm hoping for. And, yeah, man, I feel like I'm just in a space where, like, I'm just happy. Happy
and things are moving.
Yeah.
1 to 10, 1 to 10.
Yeah,
what would you say?
Sure.
10 being the best. Where were you at mentally? 1 to 10.
1 to 10 right now. I would have to say a solid 8.5.
That's solid.
Now, being that, like you just said, so things are like lining up and it's scary. Have you ever felt, or have you ever realized, like, you becoming like a self, what's it called? Fuck.
Shots kicking in.
Nah, it kind of is low key, but it's like self-sabotage. Like, have you ever saw yourself? Because I know I've been guilty of it. Like, where I see good things are coming into my life, I'm like, I know something bad's gonna happen to offset the good. So I've always almost kind of self-sabotage myself when shit starts lining up, and I'm like, yo, this is like kind of rolling. Something bad's gonna happen. Like, just from my upbringing, it's always like there's no good without the bad. So have you ever found yourself like sabotaging yourself? Maybe an opportunity, or just like your overall mental of just like, all right, shit's starting to line up, but I don't deserve it, or like something bad's gonna happen coming around the corner that leads you to like self-sabotage these opportunities that are kind of falling into place for you?
Bro, most definitely, man. I always felt like it's always your turn. It's always your turn. Something's coming around, man. No matter how things are going good and how long they're going good for, something's gonna happen. So I'm at a point, man, where I've took so many L's. I'm so prepared for them now. It's just a matter of like, when are they gonna hit?
Yeah,
because I'm ready. You're ready.
Yeah, so like I'm also at an age now too, man. Like I've matured much more mentally, and I understand that like these L's do still come around. So I got to make sure I'm prepared financially, physically, and mentally. Whether if I'm involved with someone else, if I have a family, but I like that. It kind of feels like it makes me feel safe. It makes me feel like, cool, this is part of life, but now I'm going about it prepared too. I've took many L's in my life, man, so I can definitely say I'm prepared for all of them as they come around. But honestly, it's been less and less. I feel like I've been working so hard around many other things around my life that it's helping things out lined up very well. So like those L's are becoming a little bit less and less with time going by. But right now, man, usually the type of like sabotages I see coming is always financially, man. It's crazy. There'll be something out of nowhere that like creeps up on me.
But like self-sabotaging, like you do it to yourself financially, you're saying?
Yeah, for sure, man. So one of the biggest things that I'm working on this year is to build a little bit more, like being more manageable with my financials,
We're all guilty of that.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like,
especially growing up in poverty.
Man, I've never taken that shit serious. I've always was kind of like, man, if I could spend, I can make it right back type of thing.
Exactly.
Which created a good like hustle and drive within me, but I wasn't thinking the bigger picture. Like I'm 32 now, bro, and honestly, I don't even feel like I'm 32.
And you old as fuck.
Super old, bro.
I tell that to everybody.
But but I knew this was coming though, man. I knew that I was gonna reach a certain age where like shit was gonna get real, and I needed to like point out my flaws and work on that. So this year, I'm taking shit pretty serious. I see some income coming in some nice bread, some couple chicks dropping.
You know, shit
And,
to pay the bills.
Pay the bills and some.
For
And
sure,
eat.
man.
But here's where the challenge is going to start for you, young buck, because I can say that. You know what I'm saying, young buck.
You're a cool.
I'm saying young buck because
Yeah,
this is
I'm
a
just like,
teaching moment, right? Because we've all been there and we're still there.
Yeah.
Shit, we planned a whole ass trip to Coachella with no money, but we're not gonna talk about that. This is about you today.
That's wild. That's wild.
But
He's being humble. Just let that rub off your back.
the
there.
beauty about where you're at right now is that those L's are gonna prepare you for that. So now with this money coming in, yeah, you're gonna be challenged. Like, yeah, you know what? I can take this little trip. I can go cop these kicks, or I can go take this date. But now you're gonna know how to maneuver a lot better. Because you're going to be like, all right, I could do that, but let me do this instead. Let me stack this instead, and let me just keep going. And that's where the challenge of all your L's is really going to come to play, to see if you've actually learned and you've actually grown from the past and all the L's you've taken. So remember that March 7th. And
Yeah, but
we'll talk in a
that,
couple months.
Yeah, we can talk about that offline as well. But like all the L's that you've taken, you know, whatever. So that you're saying that you've taken. I'm not saying that they are L's, but that has made you adaptable. So with that can put you in any position that you know that you can take care of business, like whether you have money or you don't have money. So now you know both sides of the spectrum. You know what I mean? So when you're an adaptable person, tomorrow, God forbid, you fall into some shit where you don't have any money, you know how to maneuver when you don't have money. Now that you're starting to make this money off of, your branding and everything like that, now you know how to maneuver off of that. You know what I mean? So that makes you adaptable. That makes you almost invincible in a sense.
No, most definitely, man. That was the goal, man, to develop that kind of mindset where it's like, all right, I'm making some life-changing money. Like, let's do this shit.
Let's run with this shit.
Smart
Yeah,
way,
run with it.
And yeah, man, I also feel like super important is like eliminating distractions too.
Mm-hmm. And that involves eliminating people too. Let me just
bro,
another
bro,
young moment. I didn't know this was gonna turn into a lesson.
Nah,
I'm gonna stop.
Listen, man. No facts though, man. That's 100%. I feel like even eliminating people out of your life is like super crucial at some points.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
It's not.
No, not at all, man.
So then, just going off of that, who or what has inspired like your fashion? Like, why did you decide to go the route of like, nice, well dressed, and not like streetwear or anything like that? Not saying that you don't, but predominantly you are dressed like this, correct?
For sure, yeah. Bro, no days off, man. I tell people.
Literally,
Literally squatting at the gym with the loafers on.
For the people,
Hey,
all right,
listen.
this is a YouTube, right? But like the people that are listening to the podcast, my man right now is in. Well, actually, describe because I don't want to say the wrong. I don't want to say the wrong material. He's like, hold up, that's not a slack. This is.
He's like, that's broke people mentality.
Yeah. So like, talk to the people on the mic of what you're wearing right now for the listeners that are listening, not the people that are watching. They can see. I'm not gonna even say drip because this shit is just.
No, most definitely. So, man, I'm in some light today. I got a double-breasted suit and just some black loafers, but everything's a little bit more relaxed, more wider cut, a little bit more of like a vintage flair to it. I'm a huge menswear guy, man. That's where it all started. So a story about that is pretty funny. So all through high school, typical, fashion guy into Jordans, Nike SBs, dribbles, tall tees, double X, all the shit, man.
Triple X.
All the fashion trends. You was on it. You was on it.
Yeah.
Everything. I was there, man, and it was cool, man. It's like it was everything. I was super proudful growing up in the South, man. I love the vibe, man. The old school Chevys, growing up in South Florida, like that was my shit. At some point, I had dreads, I had golds, I did everything, man, everything. But after high school, I moved to Tampa. I started going out of school out there, and then I got a job working at Nordstrom. And at Nordstrom, I had to dress up. I had to wear suits, and like I wanted to look good on them, So I did my shit. I did my research. I did all my little reading up on like how the suits look on tall guys that are slightly slim, and one thing led to another, man. People just started blowing up my head. Oh, you look good in suits. I'm like, boom, right there, click for me.
Say less.
I'm like, yo, I'm about to change the fucking game.
He's like,
yo, and this was still like 2010, 2011, where everyone was still just riding streetwear, oversized clothing, hard. And I was like, I'm gonna fuck this shit up. I'm gonna be the guy in the suit now.
You're gonna be the Kanye.
My God.
Kanye came out with like the polos and all that, but still rocking the ice chain. You know what I mean? Like he's changed it though, because he wasn't wearing the tall tees. He's like, let me just throw on a polo and like a cardigan, and this shit gonna be fire. But yours was the suits.
And that's it, bro.
That's
and
it.
especially going to Florida and like my crowd of people growing up with, man, that was definitely not their style
At all.
So-
I mean, did you say so? Did you just say so? Like, were you gonna say something?
Nah,
oh, sorry, I heard so. My
Nah,
fault.
nah, we're good. That was him.
Oh, my fault. So, but all right. So let me ask you about all right, the fashion trend, right? Obviously, you're in a suit. We're in AC. We're in Miami, Florida.
I don't give a damn.
All right. So let's be
Oh,
honest.
damn, how
All right.
hot
So
it
let's
is,
be honest
baby.
though. You be hot though.
I be hot, baby. Yo,
He's
listen.
like, I'm we hot, but you ain't gonna know about it.
No.
Listen, bro. One thing about me, man, I will look good and suffer.
You're up. You're up.
No matter
Yeah.
what, bro.
You're like, I'm up.
Bro,
What is it? Pain is beauty.
It's a pain is beauty and beauty is pain, man. It's a certain level of discipline, bro. Like, if you want to stand out and you truly want to show off your personal style, for one, you need to have a certain level of confidence. That's what a lot of people lack. They have this certain level of creativity that they're holding within themselves, but they don't want to display it because they lack a bit of confidence on how people are going to judge them.
Yep.
I give a shit, bro. I'm already
Especially
6'4". I'm tall. I'm skinny. I don't give a damn. I got something going for me, and I'm going to ride with it.
Facts.
So if I'm going to stand out already being tall and then on top of that dressing different, that's my thing, bro. And that's what is benefiting me, honestly, bro. People who feel welcome enough to say something to me, they will come up to me. They'll compliment me. And I'm a people person. I may have this kind of resting bitch face from a distance, but as soon as you talk to me, bro, it's A1 energy. And I love this whole kind of like how you were speaking today, man, how like about the dude with the joggers, how you wanted to say something. I'm all about that shit, bro.
Yeah.
If I see anyone fly around me, especially an old guy or someone who's got some style going for them, I got no problem telling them, hey, bro, that fits clean real quick. And they be like, hey, man, I like your style too. And boom, we'll connect. I get a new Instagram follower. I got a new loyal fan base. Who knows? He might pull
Business
up to the
connection.
shop and,
Yeah.
you know, and shop with me, bro. I found that out super crucial, man, especially building like a personal brand based off your image, man. It's super key to feel like people feel like they can come up to you and talk to you. And I feel like when people meet me off of the gram, it's a different thing because like, they see that I'm this dude who may think he's too cool or too fly. Everything is just like so aesthetically pleasing. But then that's why I throw in them little stories every now and then, you know, talking shit, you know, laughing, you know.
Yeah, you got to get that
people-
human interaction. So
yeah,
they can
man,
know,
people,
like, yo, I'm
people
real.
got to feel like they can connect with you for them to be a fan of you. And I think that's super important, man. I feel like a lot of people are not as engaging with people who generally want to meet them and talk to them.
Yeah. Especially through social media.
For sure. And especially working at a retailer, that's a very popular brand.
Yeah.
Where we bring in a lot of traffic, you know. They're already expecting this image of me. And then I flip it up and I'm this really cool guy. And they're like, holy shit, I didn't think you would be like that. And I love
and
that,
tat it
bro.
up, too.
I
Like,
love
tat
that,
it
bro.
up.
I love throwing
Yeah.
people off, man. Especially when they see me on my day off and my gym gear, my tats and stuff like that. And like even the way I talk. Like right now I'm talking the way I normally talk. But I work in order to sound like I know my shit. I got to clean up my vocabulary.
1,000%.
You know, and I love that. I'm able to like switch between those characters. Although I'm still the same person no matter what.
No, you gotta, what is it called? Code switching or some shit like that. But it's like you have to be able
bro,
to.
You got to.
You have to
bro.
be diverse.
But you
And
know-
if you're in the room with a bunch of hood, you know what I'm saying? You gotta talk the talk. But if I'm in the room full of businessmen, I'm not gonna be like, "Yo, what's good?" I'm
Yeah,
gonna talk
but you know,
diverse.
I've had this
up.
conversation before, and I love that because
Code
I'm
switching, that's what it's
I'm
called.
the same way, and I feel like we all share that. Like we work sales and we work for big corporate companies. So when we're in the phone, we have to speak like this, right?
Yeah.
But when we get home, we're like, "What's good, my nigga?" Like, but that is a skill. What we have is a skill that a lot of people you cannot teach. You have to learn that from an upbringing, from your past, from things that you've experienced
100%,
in order to switch like that.
Yep.
Like I can speak to somebody in California through my job and sound just like them. Somebody in Alabama and speak just like them. And then I get off the phone and I'm bumping fucking Tamar and Glorilla. Like I don't, you know what I mean? Like that's a skill that we all have. That I think that we have to bring that up more and more awareness of to a lot of people because a lot of people shy away from that. Like it's okay to switch up because you can do that.
Yeah.
You're not switching up because you're trying to be corny.
Yeah.
You're switching up because you're trying to get your bag with whatever you have to do.
Exactly.
But you're still true to yourself.
Like you're not a traitor. You're just doing what you gotta do.
Yeah, man. So whatever.
So then
We
going
wanna-
off of
we're
that,
out
going
of
off of that,
topic.
Bro, super
so,
important.
So
It's
off
important.
off of your style, what message, like, are you portraying with your style? Like, what do you want people to see when they look at you? Like, yo, he's dressed like this. What do you want people to see?
I mean, honestly,
Obviously, besides being, you know,
one of the biggest things that I hear quite often when people see me out is like, yo, for some reason I feel like you got this like super high level of confidence. You know, like wearing trousers up to my fucking chest. You know, and
It just be like at your neck, no?
my shit's wide enough to fit your legs and my legs. But that's my shit, man. I wear that shit with pride. And that's the thing is like, I'm extremely passionate in my personal style. I've gone through several trials and errors to get where I'm at with how I want things to look and fit on me. And it's something I'm going to ride to the end. But for the most part, man, I feel like confidence goes a long way. A lot of people are always kind of like hesitant, like, you know, showing their style off. And I think, you know, just being confident, not worrying about anyone says. And me, bro, I live in Miami. Bro, I go out to Wynwood, I'm wearing a fucking suit and I don't care. You know?
where everyone's wearing dirty forces and fucking
Bro, and I
and
love it
and
because-
rude t-shirts.
So I, mean, I understand some people don't like, you know, eyes on them. They don't like that attraction.
but you don't care.
And, bro, me, I love that shit. That shit feeds my ego in a certain way, you know? And me personally, when people look at me and question me what I'm doing, I feel like, I bet, like, go accomplish. Like, my goal is to go out, do my own personal style, and have people somewhat, you know, react to it in a certain way where they may think it's cool. They come up to me and say something. And all my friends, man, they're always wearing, like, sneakers and jeans, and I'm the dude pulling up in a suit. And they be like, damn, I'm going out with Chayanne tonight. Like, fuck, do I got to wear a suit? I'm like, hey, bro, I'm going to wear one.
Yeah.
So if you want to wear one, you can wear one. But if not, you can dress exactly how the way you want to dress. But me, this is my style. I feel comfortable in it. And it works for me, bro.
Now,
You
do you ever get like flack? Like people are just like, oh, this dude's trying too much. Like, do you ever get like the negative attention as far as like, yo, this dude?
Honestly, man, I could say I definitely feel it in certain rooms. But one thing about me, as soon as someone talks to me, they know right away I'm not that type of guy. I'm super, super humble, bro. Very empathetic, man. I'm very open to whatever you got to say to me. And I would think anyone from just come up to me and saying, you know, like kind words to me. And then if they get to personally get to know me on like a conversation type level, and then right away they're like, okay, this guy's actually really, really cool. Which sucks because like I don't really portray that a lot on my Instagram. So people, who knows what the hell they thinking about me when they come across my page or like start to follow me. But man, I'm super, 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 super big on being like authentic to yourself and staying true to yourself. But like, bro, you can't.
No, you are who you are.
You can't open up to everybody, man.
Exactly.
You know, people gotta work for that shit, bro. And I'm
You
sorry,
you can't be cool with everybody.
I do got a certain level of pettiness, man. Like I'm not letting anyone in. And, you know, that's definitely has its downsides to it. Definitely.
Now, what do you mean by that, though?
As far as like forming new relationships, it's always the downside that you're not as open, you know, in the beginning. Whether if it's like with you know a spouse or someone you like, or just like you know anyone in general who you want to bring into your circle.
Now, do you think that stems from something specific?
I don't know, man. I feel like me personally, I've always kind of had that attitude, that flow to me.
Like, is it like you're guarded? Like you just got the things up and you're like, I'm only letting certain type of people inside here.
No, straight up it is, man. I'm not sure how it got developed, but I've just became such a strong believer of like, I need to limit people that are in my life. I need to limit distractions. So like for those who are in my circle, man, they earned a spot and they're there for life. You know, but like open myself up to new people is like cool. We can speak on a professional level, but if there's any means of growing this, you know, this relationship or this, you know, connection between us two, you know, it's gonna be on some serious shit. Like I'm not playing around. I'm gonna let you know the intentions and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I only ask because I'm very similar. Like, it's very rare that I let someone in, you know what I mean? Whether it be friendships or whatever. It'd be cool. You know what I mean? Like, oh, what's up? You know, I see you on the street or whatever. It's always love. But as far as like where like I get to the point where I'm loyal to you, once I'm loyal to you, it's a wrap. Like I'm going to war if I have to go to war with you. It is what it is. But for you to get in there, it's not an easy task. You know, it's not. I don't like,
especially for women, bro. Let me tell you now.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a different story though.
You know,
and it's funny because I'm curious as to know if that has a lot to do with it, because you know,
100%, bro.
As a man, I know how I am when it comes to, you know, how I've been in the past and, you know, just allowing women to get inside.
Pause. Jesus Christ.
I mean, not really, but I'm talking about a woman. But anywho,
Hey, this is 2023.
yeah, 2023.
All
and
shit is
I gotta
going
deal with
down
I gotta
in
deal with dudes like this
2023.
guy that has to say pause for everything.
I didn't say
But-
it. That's the first time I said it. And you,
Anyway.
I
All right,
let two pass. I
Let me
two
talk.
pass.
Let me talk. So, like how you said, like, you know, as far as like your, you know, it may be your ego or whatever, as far as letting people get in. So, do you think it's maybe something like, did you deal with like a heartbreak back in the day when you was a young boy? You know what I mean? That maybe you're still holding on to it because the subconscious holds on to a lot of shit that we don't even realize. So, do you think it's something that happened when you were younger, or do you know what happened that caused you to be like more like, nah, I'm more reserved. I ain't letting nobody in unless I know for a fact that this person's for me and I can open myself up to them.
Yeah, I definitely say it was a combination of like past experiences for sure. So like my early 20s, I kind of sacrificed 6 years of my life to a relationship, which I mean, it was early 20s. It is what it is. It ended like around like 25, 26 years old. I'm 32 now. So after that, it was, you know, it was someone I saw myself being with, and growing with, having a family, and then for that shit to just end. Yo, it built like a savageness in me.
And that's natural.
It makes you an
That's
animal.
natural.
Bro, like it was just, and then I start to like know more of myself. You know, I started to grow. I got more mature. I made more money. I hooked up with more women. I started to gain a lot of experience. At some point in my life, I was like, yo, I'm in this shit for myself and myself only. It's so bad. It kind of affected my connection with my family too, because I'm like, I just got into go mode. I'm like, I'm cutting everyone out of my life right now, and I'm just gonna focus on myself. And because I rode that wave for so long, that's like the only thing I learned. The only way I know to, you know, how to go about things. So when I meet women, unfortunately, I'm gonna deal with that now. But
A little subtle.
you know what I'm saying? I'm good now.
Yeah. This is the past. Yeah.
But my few years in Miami and kind of like in that dating scene, I could definitely say that that's helped me a lot by filtering out like bad quality women in my life.
Yeah. You got the experience under your belt.
Yeah.
Bro, I got it, man. I could read that shit from a mile away, bro.
You just smell it on them.
That's it, bro. So I was kind of explaining how like I'm a little bit more selective letting people in my circle, and how like that's benefited me well during like my dating time here in Miami, because I would filter a lot of women who wouldn't be ready to deal with that type of shit. Like, yo, my first dates, like I'm letting shit out the air. Like I'm
Just
not like I'm
all
figuring
out?
I'm figuring out who you are as a type of woman.
So
like,
where do you want to be in the next 5 years?
Now,
What
do you
are
think that comes off too aggressive?
No, not at all, man. I feel like, man, I'm a very smooth talker. One thing that I do well is I make people feel comfortable when they're with me. So conversations get really good and get very deep sometimes. And if intentions want to be kind of thrown out there, I'm gonna throw out my intentions too. And I normally don't throw nothing out there aggressively, like, you know, where you gonna be at in 5 years, but like I'm gonna pick at your head a little bit.
Yeah,
Figure
see
out-
where your head's at.
Yeah, where your goals are, where your morals. Are you a family person? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you just one of like these IG girls who just want to like eat off me? Because I'm gonna read that shit quick, and baby, that's gonna be the last day you see me.
Matter of fact, take care of this tab. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna be in the bathroom. I'll be right back and just never come back.
That's
Yo, I wish I had the balls to do some shit, but like I'm too prideful. Like as a man, I'm gonna take that.
And
L.
you're a
So you
gentleman.
never
You're a
been.
gentleman.
So hold on, in this, because I was in the same position that you were in. So in the Miami dating life, Hinge, all this other bullshit, all these dates. So you never been in a first date that you were like, I'm not with this shit. I gotta be out.
Yeah, bro. Honestly, embarrassingly, I had my first situation about like 8 months ago. I didn't realize it to the end of the day, but I had literally this girl finesse me into like a free dinner.
Well, yeah, of course they most.
No,
most of
but
them.
yo, but that shit don't happen to me though, bro. Like I don't. First of
Yeah.
all, I'm very picky with women, so like although I may get to know a lot of women, I don't hang out with a lot of them. You know, I filter them out right away based
Where'd you take them?
based off conversation.
Where'd you take her?
Damn, you want me to tell them where I take them?
yeah. You don't gotta say the person, but you can say what you take.
Hey,
It hurt you, so.
Hey, La Nyap is my spot.
Oh, that's a spot.
Of
That's
course,
what I
that's
thought.
the first. That's the best first date spot.
Listen,
Yeah.
a little wine. If shorty
conversation.
and if shorty smokes too,
Yeah.
Nigga, game over.
With
Because you can smoke there.
The live music too.
Yeah, bro, it's a vibe. You know, get a little chimichurri, a little sweet potato fries. We in there, baby.
And good combo.
That's
less.
it, man.
That's the mood right there. That's the setting.
Say less. All right, so let's transition off of these fucking Miami.
Wait,
Since
but
we're not in that position anymore.
we're gonna transition, but I'm glad you said that because you know we've had a lot of guests, women, men, obviously everything, and we always ask a lot of women, right? But like, women also have to know that it's okay that guys are gonna start doing that shit too. Like, guys are gonna also be on dates, seeing what your intentions are, because women like to finesse guys and say, oh, guys just want to whatever they want to get in my pants and all this blah blah. All right, but women want to do the same thing too. So guess what? For all the single gentlemen that are out there, like, go on dates, take these women out, but make sure you're not wasting your time either.
Yo, man the fuck
Like,
up, B.
yeah.
All right, don't be a simp. Yo, read body language, man. You gotta learn this shit.
Yeah,
You
shit
can't,
is a game, bro.
sometimes
It's
you
just
can't.
chess.
Sometimes you can't pick it up on your own. You gotta be like, you gotta be taught. Someone's gotta guide you. You gotta do
No,
something.
and you learn from your L's too. There's no
Bro.
different than financial L's or relationship L's.
yeah.
I've been
You're
single
gonna learn.
for a long ass time. I took many L's, but after many of those L's, they were just W's from there on.
Facts,
out.
facts.
You know, but nah, man. So like, with that being said, it was good, man. It helped me build like a standard within myself with the women that I want to meet or people who I want to surround myself with. And then many people in my circle tend to say I'm very picky. But bro, like,
Should be.
I
As
could bring,
you should be.
You know what you want.
I could bring so much shit to the table, and you don't really gotta match that, but you gotta support that in a certain way. You know, like, I'm a nigga who's about his shit. Like, I'm not no Bitcoin dude. I'm not no your family money dude. Like, I earn my shit, and shit's only getting better from here on out.
Yep. You're either gonna be a part of it.
Exactly.
Or
And it's
be
funny
behind
because
it.
it's like if you let that get to your head, like I've been kind of like talked to in that way, like, yo, you're too picky, or you're too this, you're too that.
Fuck
And it's
that.
like, nah, like I know
Fuck
what
that.
I want. I know for a fact what I bring to the table, and when it comes to the day where I see someone that's compatible to that, then we're good. And I did, but it took me a while, but it got to a point where I was like, damn, am I being too picky? Like, I'm looking for something like super specific, but then I have to just keep remind myself, because there's too many people telling me the same shit. My mom, like, yo, when are you gonna settle down? I was like, my parents, my family, like, yo, you're always, now you're in Miami, you're doing all this crazy shit. Yo, I'm just doing what I gotta do until I find what I want.
Well,
And
Miami is trash. But people don't understand. Bro,
It is.
to date in Miami.
Fuck.
It is.
trash.
But
you have to filter all the bad ones to get to the one or two that are like, okay, I can entertain this to see where it goes. It's not gonna
but
be
it
the
also
one.
it also depends on who you are as a man. Like, I never went on dates with girls that were like, 6 figure, this not my type, like all that fucking city girl bullshit. I would never even. The minute I get an even sniff of that, I'm like, bro, we're done. Like, that's it.
Yeah, that shit ain't for me.
Like, shit is not for me. So I would, like, it wasn't like all the girls were fucking amazing, but like, I only chose certain people that I was going out with, and it was for that reason, because they weren't like that. They fit like certain things that I wanted, and I don't know. I just never been the type of person, simp. I was never like
that.
where I'm like, oh, like, let me just wine and dine this chick because she looks good. Like, dog, I don't have to do that. Thank God. Thankfully.
We 6 foot plus over here. You
Yeah.
we don't need to do that.
So thank Christ.
6'4", baby.
Shit.
Thank
Nah,
God.
you definitely taller than that. You definitely taller than 6'4".
Nah, bro, you 6'5"?
I would say it's closer to 6'5". Maybe like 6'4" and change.
Yeah, but you're taller than
Yeah,
me, though.
we're-
No, I'm not. What are you blind?
Bro, you've always been taller than me, bro.
Are you on crack?
Nah,
Dog,
man.
we
You just stood next to me. I looked up to you.
Bro, I feel like I was looking up
I'm
to you.
6'4". I'm not 6'4". I'm not gonna lie. I'm like 6'3" and change, almost 6'4".
I'm a solid,
He's like 6'2"
I'm
and
a
a half.
solid 6'4", though.
5'11".
Nah, I think you're old. I think you're taller than that. Whatever. We're not gonna get into that. But I'm like,
Yeah,
6'4".
anywho.
I'm looking at my shit like, hold on. Whatever.
okay.
Anyways,
It's okay.
6'4"
Nah,
plus
hey, but
in the platform.
Fuck that. Be picky, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, man.
And there's nothing wrong with that, men. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Stop letting women. I know we're going way off topic, but stop letting women dictate like how picky you can be, because all these women over here are talking about, I need a guy with 6 figures. I need a guy.
Bro,
that does this.
do not
like
fall
don't
for the
fall for that shit,
bullshit.
especially Miami.
Listen,
like,
man.
do your shit, stack your bread, have your profession, educate yourself, surround yourself with dope ass people, and when you start dating some real chicks that want the same shit, so y'all can build some shit together. That's some real shit, and both of y'all want the same thing.
Facts.
Like, you don't even have to have a chick that looks. Thank you. I appreciate you.
That's it.
Like, that's it, man. Like, it's
That's it,
2023, dog. Like, these women are not gonna run circles around us men. Like, us men in 2023, we don't need an OnlyFans. We got other shit going for ourselves. Fuck that. I might start an OnlyFans. I got some nice ass toes. We've talked about that. But we got our own shit going, and there's nothing wrong with us being selective as well with the people that we date and we entertain. Moving it back to fucking
Yeah, back to the fashion.
Back to
Now
the
you had
fashion.
mentioned something earlier, and I'm curious as to what would you recommend for, like, we all pretty much have like a fairly similar build. You know what I mean? And for me personally, let me get that.
Hey, yo.
No,
Wrong one.
oh my bad. For me, for me, I've always had issues, like, for instance, like jeans. Like, I've always had trouble finding good jeans that fit me right, that, you know, I like them like a little snug, but I don't like them like, you know, put my balls back into my body, you know, whatever. Like, your fashion is a lot different, but like, so what would you recommend for someone with our similar build as far as, like, you know, maybe 2023 fashion trends, something that, because me, I like to be comfortable.
Sure.
You know, I like you like to dress up nice and shit like that. I've always been like comfort. Like, I want to be comfy, but I would like to look dope, but then also comfy.
Most definitely.
So what would you recommend as far as like a more presentable comfiness similar to what you're wearing, but that's also in this day and age, 2023, for someone that's 6 foot plus, you know what I'm saying?
220.
You know, puts up 2 plates.
All right, so first of all, if you're taller than 6 foot, stay away from anything fucking skinny, man.
Okay.
Guys get so the whole
Damn, like,
listen, no.
that's probably what my shit's is ripped right here.
No,
You
but
don't see
chill,
that.
but chill. Let me explain.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
So like, what a lot of people understand is like proportions. So that's where like you nail shit to the T when it comes to things fitting you well, especially for shorter gentlemen and taller gentlemen. Me personally, skinny. When you're a tall guy and you're wearing skinny things, it makes you look skinnier. So for one, you're already sacrificing a certain potential like image that someone's building of you. Me, when I see people wearing skinny jeans, I think your legs are skinny right away. But the whole trick, the whole illusion is that if you wear things more relaxed, people will never know how wide your legs are or how thick or how big they are. So they can't assume because there's no fabric that's like skin tight on you. As far as the fashion, tight jeans, skinny jeans is always going to be a thing for sure. But I think for someone who's trying to be comfortable, you got to understand, man, like you need fabric. You need extra room to be able to move. You need to be functional. You need to be mobile and stuff like that. If it's a certain look and style, 100% respect it. When it comes to like leisure wear, like joggers and jeans, I'm all for that. When it comes to like menswear, wearing trousers and wearing suits, you got to go about it much, 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 much differently. For one, it's going to benefit you in many different areas. Your suits are going to last longer. Things are going to look more better on you, and it's going to be more of a timeless style and aesthetic. You don't have to worry about shit not being in trend and out of trend and in style and out of style. And that's my biggest thing. Like anyone, bro,
Right about that.
anyone that buys anything from me, bro, like no cap, they get like a schooling one-on-one session right there. It's like, all right, cool. You buy a suit with me, you get a free consultation. You know, and right away I let guys know and I have them understand their body type depending on if they're tall, short, wide, skinny, just like very bad posture. All that shit plays a role in how suits and kind of good clothing fits on you.
Like, is it like this, like
Posture,
the
so like
tightness on the
uneven shoulders, people hunching forward, people hunching back, people's hips that are forward, people's hips that are, you know, lower in one different
So you have to
area.
get like maybe like a bigger jacket, so it's like if they have like hunched or something
So,
like that.
yeah, so what happens, so like fabric like tells everything. So like when you're wearing a suit and someone has like uneven posture, you'll see how the fabric falls on the client and you'll know right away if he has like a lower left shoulder. It's due to like continuous posture problems, bad habits, or like even injuries too. Like I had an injury on my right chest pec 2 years ago and my shoulder kind of healed.
It's like compensating.
It healed in a certain direction where visually it looks like it's shorter than my left arm. You know, so now when I'm doing all my custom suits, I have to compensate the difference in sleeve length because now there's a bit of difference in how the shoulders fall, stuff like that. But no, man, so me, comfort is fucking everything, bro. I don't give a damn. I could run 5-on-5s with my suit right now and be comfortable.
Oh, real shit.
Oh boy,
Real shit though.
Nigga, 5-on-5s,
boy's like
bro.
Iceman.
Niggas in the loafers. Like,
Fucking throw that shit
Kobe?
off, throw that shit off the backboard and some
Yeah.
trousers, man.
Yo, but it's crazy
know?
like that you said that about the timeless pieces. I just want to go circle back to
super
that
important,
because
bro.
now that I think about it, like all your videos and all the pictures that I've seen online, I'm thinking like, yo, if I see this shit 10 years from now, it's still gonna look fresh.
Facts.
But my suit, I get them tailored because I'm like, nah, I have to. Right now, the era is like everything fitted, everything skinny, everything tailored, but like to skinny.
Yep.
But 5 years from now, if I gain a little bit of weight, you know what I'm saying, or I get a little bit of brolic, I'm gonna look like, oh, this nigga's wearing a tight ass suit versus just like wearing the comfortable, timeless pieces. Yo, so you just told me some shit.
The
real shit.
sleeves are showing. The shit's right here.
bro, I'm
Like,
telling you, bro, that shit is a fact.
crazy.
man.
Yeah.
So for someone who's investing money in their wardrobe, spending money on suits, this is the type of education you need. Because if not, you're gonna blow your money through shit, and you're gonna catch yourself buying suits every fucking other year.
Yeah.
so what was just off of that? What is a good budget for like a good few times a month type of? Well, not a few times because you wear it all the time. So what's a good budget for something that's going to be worn frequently as for a suit?
So for a suit, if you're looking for something quality, you want to invest in a good piece of garment, a good suit. A good suit will go anywhere from between like $500-$800.
Okay.
Full suit.
Full
Yeah.
full suit.
That's
And,
laser and
we're
pants.
not talking like Armani or anything like that.
No. So first of all those brands are played out.
We're talking about suit supply. If you don't already know,
Nah,
motherfucking
chill.
Brickle. We're gonna drop the address right here.
Chill.
Check my man.
But no, I am fortunate enough to work for a brand that does. They stand strong behind their quality of like garments and construction, and they provide a lot of like resources and information. And I soak all that shit in, so I've been able to pick up a thing or two. And then with that being said, I've been able to study other brands and kind of like their kind of company policies and roles and their visions and stuff like that. And bro, there's levels to this shit for real, man. Like a lot of people don't really know what they're investing in, what they're spending their money in. One thing about like the brand I work for is Suit Supply. You go in there and they're gonna educate you the fuck out of whatever you're buying into.
Because it's about the service. You guys are full service. It's not about just making a
but
sale.
no, but honestly, man, like the people that work for my company, they become so like prideful and passionate about the brand. They only want to speak about the things that make us different from everyone else. You know, and we go through like long lengths, bro, to like fulfill these like customer experiences, but it all comes down to just like knowing what the hell you selling. You know, like a lot of these guys come in, bro, and they be like, "Yay, man, I spent $1,000 on suits in the past. Nothing ever fits me right." I'll throw them something off right off the rip, from the ready to wear, right off the rack, and it fits them really good.
Now, is there like a fabric? Do you guys just like is like a polyester or like a silk like a better option?
So for one, so like if you're looking for like a suit you want to wear in a regular, you want to stick to wool for sure.
Wool.
A lot of people think wool is heavy, wool is light, but wool is the most
Durable?
classic fabric suit to choose from. It's durable. It has the least amount of wrinkling that occurs to it. It's normally at a 4-season weight too, so you can wear it like year round as well. But getting a classic navy suit and the gray suit goes a long way, bro. You know, but someone who's trying to go about it a little bit more in a stylish way, you know, investing in like a navy sports jacket and trousers are always a cool way to go. Because whatever jacket you buy, more than likely you can wear it with denim, you can wear it with white trousers, gray trousers, sneakers, loafers. You can do it all, bro. And that's especially a style that you want to get into. It's super crucial to build all those essentials in your wardrobe, because you're just going to provide like maximum versatility for everything you wear. So you're going to feel like you're getting the most out of your garments, and honestly, and you're still looking good too, man. Like what I tell guys all the time is like, bro, no one's wearing suits out here. If you go out and you
Nobody.
wear a suit, you're going to stand out. I don't give a
Like
fuck.
a
You're
sore
going to
thumb.
stand out, bro. I don't care if it's a black suit, gray suit. You're going to wear a suit next to 3 guys who are wearing a dress shirt, 3 buttons down. They're sweaty. Their shirts half tucked. Their sneakers are dirty. Hot fucking mess, bro.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because before in the job that I'm in now, it's kind of business casual, so it's different. But the job that I was in prior to this, it was business, right? So I'm in a suit, decked out all day, right? And it's like, I'll go to a restaurant, say fucking Sergio's, some local shit,
Croquetas.
right? Get croquetas, whatever. And they'll be like, what can I get for you, right? If I'm on a Saturday, right? Leaving the gym, whatever, I'm in dry fit, whatever. I go on a Tuesday, oh, what can I get for you, sir? Because I'm in a suit.
Bro, it's
And
completely
it's
different,
crazy. Like, I'm the same. I'm like, mommy, I was just here yesterday. 2 days ago, I was here. You say, what can I do for you? And today you're calling me sir. But that goes to show you that it's like, it's true what you say about just like how you're like,
What?
You're like your
persona?
No, not persona.
Your
not persona.
appearance,
Your
bro.
appearance. Your appearance.
Your first impression.
Your appearance in a suit, it stands out, especially in Miami. One, I get it, it's hot, but wearing a suit doesn't matter what you're doing. Just says so much about you here, which is crazy,
bro.
I love wearing suits, but yo, it's hot though.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't tell you, bro. Anytime I wear a suit and I go somewhere, bro, I'm telling you, it's a whole different level of respect. Whether they see you on a professional level or if they're like, okay, this dude does something.
Yeah.
Like he's coming here dressing too fly, but it ain't jeans and a t-shirt. Like it's a fucking suit.
and he's not like going to court where he's like with the oversized suit. And like, it's like
he's
you know,
wearing that shit with a tank top, his tats.
like
are
you have a
out,
little
his
look
jewelry
going. You
is
have a
out,
little look going
for sure. And on top of that, I mean, the height does justice
Yeah, of course.
too, bro.
Yeah.
You guys already know the vibe.
Yeah. We have to.
We up here. We up here too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we have
Hey,
to take that into
6
account.
plus
That
gang,
you know,
baby.
we have to take that into account. That a lot of people don't have that. You know, don't have that. That
You
blessing.
can still get fitted by
You
him.
can
Don't
still
worry
get
about
fly.
it. We're gonna
Hey,
drop
but
the
let me
link
tell
right
you that right the fuck away. I don't care how tall, how short, how stocky you are. Shit can look good on you, bro.
Facts.
The thing is, you have to educate yourself first on how clothes is supposed to look on you. And a lot of these guys don't know shit. And it's common. You know, people are not raised to understand their bodies and how clothes is supposed to fit them. But at a certain point, when they need to dress up well, they start to doubt themselves that things look good on them because they don't know how it's supposed to look on them.
And a lot of people want outfits because they see it on somebody else. They're like, oh, I like that.
Exactly.
But they're seeing it on a 6'8"
Bro.
NBA player, and then they put it on. They're like, yo, this is not the way it looked on dude.
And honestly, bro, you got to be straight up with them. Like working in retail, like one thing about me, I'm gonna keep it 100 no matter what. I'm gonna tell you straight, hey, bro, that ain't gonna work for you. I'm sorry, man. But then I'm gonna give him an explanation why, and I'm gonna explain why, so he can feel better about himself and be like, this just wasn't a style decision. This is because, bro, I honestly feel like this is not gonna look good on you. But I got this for you that's gonna make you look perfect. And then I'm explain why this looks better on them, you know.
Yep.
But
So-
I think it takes it takes time and investment, bro. You gotta you need to be guided by someone. You can't rely on yourself to look good if that's not what you do, bro.
Because some people don't have that sauce. They don't have that
Facts.
that eye.
And it's very common, bro. I live in Brickell, and let me tell you,
I lived in Brickell for years.
half these dudes won't buy a suit without their mama there, and these are grown ass
And their mom always gets it wrong, too.
Ass man,
And their mom gets it wrong too.
and they got bread. But they would not buy something, or they won't confirm nothing until their mama, their girlfriend, their baby mama, their sister, whatever they think.
Well, all right. So staying on that topic right there, right? With grown ass man going. What would you say? Like if somebody were to come to you and they say, "Listen, I have a budget of XYZ, right? I need. This is my career. This is what I'm doing for the next year, 2 years, whatever the fuck." What would you recommend? Like, what would you think is the average budget for a regular Joe Schmo that comes up to you and say, "Hey, listen, this is my profession. I have business trips I got to take. I have to be suited up. You know, I want to stand out." In a typical world, I know that the obvious answer is like, yeah, get your gray suit, your navy blue suit, and your black suit, right? But what would you say is the average budget for somebody that's just looking for, they want to start off with the basics and just get, basic solid tees, whatever, but they want to have nice, at least fitted, not fitted like skinny fitted, but like fitted, suit supply fitted. What would you say is the average budget for that? So men can start looking into that and say, all right, this is my foundation. Like I can get started with this. And then you show them how to kind of mix and match and extend those 3 little options, extend them out. Like, what would you say is the average budget for that?
I mean,
In general, it doesn't have to be in suit supply. Like I'm saying in general from your own perspective.
So like at least working at Suit Supply, we have pretty good price points. Like nothing super expensive, but we're also not the cheapest either. But we have many other factors that help us support our price points, But for the most part, if you're looking to build a well-rounded wardrobe, you're looking at least 2 suits for sure, a couple shirts, and at least 1 good pair of solid shoes. I'm thinking between all those few type of items and garments, you should be ready to drop at least a stack to 1,500.
It's not bad at all, though.
Bro,
Like
that's-
that's a Hugo Boss suit, and the Hugo Boss is trash. I'm sorry. Like Hugo
I was
Boss, if you
thinking-
still want to send us the sponsorship, we will talk about it. Emails right over here.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. A little stack or 1,500 goes a long
It's crazy.
way,
I thought it
bro.
was
It's
a lot
funny
more.
because I was
thought it
thinking
a lot
like
more.
3 to
I
5K.
thought 3. I'm like, 3 minimum.
So listen, don't get me wrong. Like if someone who's trying to do it right, and like some guys, they shop for the season too.
Yeah.
So some guys will go in there and they'll get decked out for the whole season and not worry about nothing for the next 6 months. But some guys, you know, fresh out of college, bro, they ain't got much bread. You know, they ain't got no family money or anything like that. They may have saved up, you know, $2K the most. But bro, with about $1,500, you can do work. You can at least get 2 solid suits, gray and navy. You can get at least 2 shirts and a pair of shoes for that, and you get it fitting well. And it's a durable fabric, so it's something you can wear all the fucking time. You can rely on it 3 or 4 days a week, and you can literally set yourself up. And then once you start making a little bit of coins, whatever, then you come back in, you start to build more and more in your wardrobe. And that's the whole art of it, bro. Like, there's a certain strategy towards building a right wardrobe. As long as you're open to doing it the right way, then, bro, you can really set yourself up, especially if you're relying on a suit 4 or 5 days a week for work, for sure.
So now what would be the strategy you think? Like getting little pieces here and there, like a
100%. So, like, depends on also style, too. Like, some guys don't care for style. They literally just need to wear a suit for work. But guys who are generally trying to elevate their personal style and kind of just, you know, be up to date, look fly, then yes, you definitely want to start incorporating more pieces throughout, you know, like I believe for someone who gets paid at least twice a week and who's wearing suits every day, you should be investing a couple pieces in every month. You know, an extra shirt, an extra tie or two, and then month 2 you throw in like an extra trouser, you throw in an extra suit for sure. Because personally, I mean, if you're worried about your appearance and if you're working in like a certain, like let's say like real estate, for example, a lot of my clients are real estate guys. They come in and they need suits, but they want to look fly. Cool. I love that shit. And then
Say
like,
less.
and then I educate them. I'm like, listen, bro, you need this and this, but if you already got that, I think this and this can work for you. And in order to build more versatility in your wardrobe, I also think you should add this, this, and that to your. And they'd be like, okay, bet. And then you put it together for them. They see it visually, and it makes sense to them. And then also you build hype. Like I know these Miami dudes, they're all full of ego.
That's all they want.
That's
They want
all
to be
they
a
care
Kiki.
for. And let me tell you, bro, that's what we deal with every fucking day, every single day, man.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I feed those egos, man. I tell guys, yo, you want to look hot, you want to look popping, this is what you need to wear. If you want to listen to me, that's all right. But you came in here to spend money with me, this is the advice I'm going to give you, and I promise you it's going to hold up for sure.
So,
And then they have no, like, they look at me, they look at my presence, they hear the way I speak, and they're like, okay, this dude knows what he's talking about.
He's not just trying to sell me.
Hell no, bro. I can tell
that'd be like something
bro,
like he's talking,
bro,
oh, yo, you being fly.
bro.
He's like dressed all crazy and shit.
I'll
like,
tell a dude straight up, hey, bro, you ain't got to buy nothing from me today. I'm cool with that. But I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to come right back. Right back.
So now when you said versatility, so going into, we're going to be going into spring now, right? Spring, summertime. What would be, in your eyes, for a man, the best, you know, essential pieces like sneakers, loafers, jeans, maybe trousers, shirts? What do you think is going to be like the next for spring and summer essential pieces for men?
If somebody, let's make it more realistic. If
Like
somebody
if I walk into your spot right now, like bro, like for this summer, I need to get, you know, I need to look dope.
no, yeah, but let's be more realistic. Let's say, yo, right now I'm walking into your spot. You guys have casual clothes or only suits?
We do.
Okay, so let's say I'm walking in right now. I got income tax.
Hey,
We're in income tax season, right?
Tax season, boy.
Yo, I got $1,500, but I need a little bit of everything for the spring. Is that where you're going with it?
yeah, like what, you know, because I want to know, like, is rings for men still dope? You know what I mean? Like the whole shit.
Got you.
Shades.
So
all that.
like, I mean, even like spring, summer, regardless, even if you're Miami or not, there's definitely a couple pieces that like you want to invest in to complement the season. So for one, white trousers for sure.
Like linen ones, like the resort
cotton,
shits. Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. No matter if you're in the Hamptons, in Miami, or in LA, bro, white trousers is definitely the vibe for spring, summer. It goes with every single top, every single color jacket, every type of shoes, no matter what. Loafers is definitely where it's at when it comes to kind of dress shoes. You want to stay away from things with like straps or like laces. Even if you're Miami or not, it's just the most stylish type of dress formal wear shoe to
And
wear.
it's honestly timeless. Like
It's super timeless, bro.
we wore
Listen, man,
loafers when we were kids. Like
tassel loafers go all the way back to the fucking 1920s and 30s and 40s. Like, it's a vibe.
yeah,
It's just a more stylish dress shoe, you know? And especially for being in Florida and in Miami, it's the vibe for sure.
yeah.
As far as everything else, so like, you want to invest in lighter, warmer colors for the spring summer season. You want to look into like palettes like white, off-white, sands, and like light khakis and light browns. Those are earth tone colors. So earth tone colors are super neutral. They go with every fucking thing you can wear. For guys in Miami, guys love wearing denim all the fucking time. So when you work with earth tones, browns, greens, and sands, they go very, very well with denim. Always invest in a good pair of white sneakers. Now, for streetwear guys, for sure,
Air Force.
But if you're trying to wear a suit, you need sneakers that look like
Little Givenchy. Little Givenchy's on their
like
dress
not
shoes.
even that, like, you know, like Common Projects and shit like that, like very clean, like canvas
Honestly,
sneakers.
even all white Vans. I've
All
seen
white
white low,
Vans, bro.
like white low Vans.
All the
You
time,
wear them
bro.
shits all the time, yeah.
All the time, even like white dunks or bro, anything within like that realm of like a very like low
What was the first brand you said?
Comment something.
Common Projects. So
That's
Common Projects, yeah, they're a footwear brand. They specialize in sneakers, and they have like a very clean silhouette type of sneaker. It's blank canvas, which means that it's just leather all the way around, very minimalist, but it's good quality. Common Projects themselves are quite expensive. They're like $400 or $600 a pair, but most common footwear brands are making their own versions of like that style of white sneakers. Like we sell a pair. They're like, I think they're like $199, and they're super, super clutch. You know, they go with everything. They go with suiting, they go with streetwear, they go with pretty much everything. So like pieces like that, super, man. You want things that can be well rounded and be worn with a lot of other pieces you already own. So white sneakers, white trousers, and then like warm color suits and jackets can go well with everything, bro.
That's crazy. I never heard of that. I never heard of that brand, but that's good. I'm glad you dropped that.
You for sure seen it. So they're sneakers, and they have like a barcode written word on the side of the shoe in gold font. It looks like if they were put right under like a monogram machine, and they were like printing like letters on the shoe.
On the sole or on the shoe?
Bro. On the shoe, right on the side, right here.
Okay, I gotta look it up.
Yeah,
I gotta look it up.
but
I've
Common
seen it
Projects
before.
for sure,
Yeah,
man.
Common Projects,
They were
okay.
known, but so white trousers, white sneakers, loafers, preferably in a brown, in a tassel loafer style. Penny loafers are really cool too, but there seems to be a little bit more preppy, more old school, where tassels a little bit more modern.
Yeah.
Usually tassel loafers are a little bit more of a slimmer style shoe, so they complement more like tapered, more slimmer kind of style fitting suits and clothing in general.
What are good stores to get that? Like a DSW?
No,
Suit Supply, you know what I'm saying?
no,
The link right
no,
here.
No, but you're right though, man. I used to
I was
work,
working
bro.
towards that.
Hey, listen, bro. I used to work at Aldo for 3 years, and that's where I racked up a lot.
Hey,
of
Aldo
my
has some
shoes.
solid shit.
Aldo,
man.
it's funny
Aldo
because I
has
remember
solid
going
shit.
to Aldo before it became like something, and the sneakers were, shoes were really nice and cheap.
They went up.
Now,
man.
dog,
they're
you wanna
uncomfortable as
Spend, bro,
fuck
you want
now.
to spend. Yeah, one thing is you want to spend $80 to $100. You got a lot of options, but the shoe's gonna fit like shit.
Yeah.
You got all those. You got Steve Madden's. You got DSW. But if you're looking for like that next level up, you can look into like Kohan, Allen Edmonds, Johnson and Murphy. Those are a lot of shoes that are a little bit more into that, like that 150, 175 price range, but they're gonna last a long fucking time. And
I'd
as long
rather
as-
do that than buy some fucking Jordans.
yeah, bro.
No
bro,
offense.
no, don't get me wrong.
No offense to who, man.
Sneakers is a vibe if that's your style.
That's
but,
just I like that. That doesn't mean I do that for a
But
living.
the things what I tell guys are, if you're willing to break a couple $100 on sneakers, you got to break the same bread on some dress shoes.
Yeah.
Whether if you feel like you're gonna wear it a lot or not, it's just a good investment regardless. Regardless, bro.
Now the more money you're spending on these like loafers, is the comfort come with that, or is it just like the leather's like durable but they're uncomfortable?
Bro, every shoe has a break-in process for sure. You will hate yourself for the first day or two or even week that you wear the shoe. So leather, man, like leather naturally gives. It starts to form to the shape of your foot over time. But when you first buy a leather shoe, it's going to be stiff. So you're going to have to work into it. A lot of brands don't offer like different width in shoes, but some brands do. They'll offer like a wide, a narrow, and a standard. So depending on your foot dimensions, they'll get you in the very best size shoe to complement like your width of your foot and stuff like that. But for the most part, man, it's bro, you gotta thug that shit out, man.
Yeah.
Like a lot of guys in my store, like when they get hired, I'm in charge of putting together their uniform. So I have an opportunity to style them, introduce them to what we're going for and what I think would look best on them. And I always tell them every guy needs a pair of loafers, but bro, they're gonna take a while to break in.
Yeah.
And if you don't wear loafers much, then it may be uncomfortable for a process, but
You'll be all right.
you'll be alright, bro. Listen, if you want to look good, man, you gonna be alright for sure.
So we started off with, so it was the white like sneakers that can go with, you know, some
White sneakers
trousers.
for sure.
White
trousers.
Brown loafers, whether they're suede or leather.
Suede.
Leather is a bit more formal.
Suede is more swaggy.
It's a little bit more
Casual
seasonal,
and
more
casual.
casual.
And you could probably rock that all year.
But just because,
Yeah.
for sure, all
Yeah.
year, just because it has a little bit more texture, it gives like a natural look where it's a bit more casual. Where like leather is shiny, it looks more formal, more elegant in a sense. But either or, honestly, like I'm wearing black like leather loafers right now, and I wear them with fucking everything.
Yeah.
So they can work well dressed down or dressed up too.
Now what about then shirts?
Shirts. So for sure, I mean, if you're wearing shirts, you definitely want your white shirts. I don't really care for blue shirts. Blue shirts don't create much versatility. They limit you when you're already wearing a navy suit too. So you have a navy suit, a blue shirt, and then a fucking blue tie. Like, yeah, way too many blues going on. So what I mostly tell guys is you definitely need to invest in white shirts, and then shirts that have like stripes, like a navy stripe or a light blue stripe. Those shirts are really good for looks that you don't want to rely on a tie. So for business guys, finance guys who are wearing ties every day, and Fridays they have a chance to kind of like dress down.
Casual Fridays.
Then wearing like a
Flanagan's.
striped shirt.
Yo,
Flanagan's
that's a
right
lit-
after
lit happy hour.
hours.
Hey.
Um,
Facts.
Yeah, some shit like that. But spring summertime is very ideal to get like linen shirts, man. They're the wave. I love going out and knowing I'm the one person in this whole fucking club that's wearing a suit with trousers up here and super wide.
Yeah. Well, you comfortable.
Cause I'm comfortable as hell.
My boy's
As
getting
hell.
all the breeze going in.
All the
All
breeze.
the reason, bro, I'm the coolest dude in there.
You saying, nigga, I'm not even wearing no drawers.
Temperature wise,
I'm not even wearing no
I'm
drawers.
over here free balling this bitch. That's how cool I feel. But on top of that, bro, like no one dresses like this.
Yeah, they really
so like,
don't.
don't get me wrong. If I was in New York or like a little bit of a major upper, northeast city, it would be a different vibe. But Miami, bro, I personally make sure that I stand out because I know no one else is doing it. I'm like, because one thing about me is like, I knew I wanted to be in Miami for a while, and I wanted to build this community. I wanted to bring guys like me who want to dress up fly and dress like I do. So like, I got a couple guys that work with me that are on the same page, which I fuck with. But then a lot of clients I meet, I'm also trying to get them in that, steer them in that same direction so we could build a presence. So Miami can be,
You build a community too.
bro, that's
build
the
that
biggest thing. And that's the reason why I moved to New York, bro. I wanted to be around a community of people that were like me. I was tired of like being the outcast and everywhere I went in Miami. Like no one understood my vision, my sense of style. Bro, the first fucking week I move in New York, I meet a group of 9 dudes who are just like me, bro.
That shit is.
I met them, I connected with them, and then for the 6-8 months I was out there, bro, I went to events every week, bro.
Yeah, New
Pop-up
York is different.
shops.
You know that,
Bro,
yeah.
I was networking with guys who I've been following on the gram for years. I was finally meeting them, talking to them, and bro, it was just a vibe, bro.
You felt like you were home.
Yeah, bro, and I realized that like how natural it is for people to be as passionate about this in this area versus like being in Miami where it's like
You're like, what the fuck is this guy
no
doing?
one really understands.
Yeah,
You know
people
what
don't
I'm
understand
saying?
fashion in Miami. That's
They
something
really
that we've
don't.
battling for years, but I don't think it's ever gonna happen. Fashion is never gonna happen from here.
So then going off of that, because we gotta start closing up here. What is next for you? Like, what do you think is the future of fashion? Maybe it's Miami, maybe it's worldwide. Like, what do you feel is the next for you and your step in your let's say financial journey, but your fashion journey? Like, where are you trying to take this? What are you trying to do with this?
Man, that's actually a pretty good question, man. It's something
That's all we have here.
No, for sure. I've been in my head about this for a while, man. But personally, like my biggest goal is just to bring more awareness that like there is people that who have style in the most random cities.
Yeah.
You know, like you can like I want people to be able to be like, bro, I can go down to Miami and I know there's some dudes out there that can dress well. You know, I'm trained like I was so big in my head about like, man, I can't really like I don't want to be in Miami and stuff like I was already played out. Like I wanted to move to New York, I wanted to move to Europe, Italy, all that shit. But I was like, if I'm gonna be in Miami, like I want to build some shit out here. Like I want to bring a presence out here, and I feel like based off what I do, I'm helping that out a lot.
You might be starting it, bro.
Bro, I don't want to leave Miami, bro. I legit want to.
Who the
be
fuck wants to
here.
leave Miami? Ain't nobody leaving
Bro,
Miami.
ain't no one fucking leave, bro. I want to stay here. I
Shit.
want the hot weather. I want the palm trees.
All day.
I want everything around me, but I also want to feel like what I like and what I'm passionate about is also growing out here too.
Yeah.
So I could feel like it's worth being out here, you know? But no, nonetheless, man, I'm just trying to build a community, bro. I want to meet people who want to connect and share their passion, their style, and I want to build something out here, bro.
Yeah.
I want to build a fucking movement.
So if you're hearing this,
Yeah.
we're gonna drop the link and all that down below, man. We're gonna drop it, but make sure you guys tune in with us. But look, we trust me, we want to go on. You got another one? Nah, we good. You got another one? We want to go on, and we could definitely come back for a part 2 because I feel like there's just so much more knowledge and so much more information that you can drop to a lot of people,
bro,
and not only just fashion, man. Like you have just an expanded knowledge of just like overall things, right? Like, but just going off of fashion, let's just go back to Chayanne, you know, and where he wants to go. Like before we go, you know, let the people know where's Chayanne going? Like what is the goal with you? Where do you intend to take all of this besides making a mark in fashion industry in Miami? You know, what is the overall goal with what you're doing and where you waking up every morning, you go to the gym, now you're on to video and all that, you know, like what's the overall goal for you and what's something that you've experienced that you wish somebody would have taught you before you went through it?
But to answer your last question about like an experience I've gone through that I wish someone would have taught me. So like one of the things I regret a lot was like actually going to school, bro. Like going to college.
Talk about it.
Like, bro, like, yo, I took 7 years to get my bachelor's degree.
Sheesh.
Between like taking semesters off, failing courses, retaking classes. Yo, it was just a headache. And the thing is, like, at that point in my life, I knew exactly what I wanted. I literally just was in school just to say I was in school. And maybe I was doing it for my mother, for my parents, or for somebody.
I was getting to
bro, like, this shit did nothing for me. I have not needed to show my degree at one point in my life for anything. Spent 7 years of my life in school, 30, 40 grand plus in debt.
Oh, that's light. You got lucky.
Oh, super light, bro. But you know what's thing is crazy,
that's
bro?
a discount.
I had that, and I didn't even graduate college.
Hey,
I never finished.
Hey, bro, the crazy thing, bro, I took out every fucking loan I could take every semester, bro.
Yeah.
But no, man, like, and me personally, I can't even say like school taught me shit, bro. Because I was like, bro, I went to school to clock in and clock out.
Yep.
You know, I feel like, yeah, a lot of the classes might have helped me develop some skills in life and something like that. But, bro, 7 years gone in school like that, I couldn't maximize in so many other ways, bro. And maybe if I had someone to be like, hey, Shine, you're actually right, man. Like, the path you want to take doesn't necessarily need a degree. Like, at that point, I knew I wanted to work in fashion. And, like, everything I was able to, like, research and, like, kind of look up, degrees weren't that type of thing that you needed. It's a connections to people who you knew, the experience that you had.
That's everything.
And bro, I worked all through college, bro. Everything full time school, full time work. And a lot of my experiences and my successes all came from work experience in general. Like nothing came from school. I wasn't trying to be no lawyer, no doctor, anything. None, bro, all that shit for me personally, it wasn't worth it. And I'm a strong believer that when the time comes around and like I have my kids, depending on their profession, I'm gonna let them straight up know, like, bro, you don't need to blow away 4 years and go to school for this shit.
Yep. Facts.
If you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, I respect that. Let's do it. Let's do it the right way.
You have to with that.
But me personally, man, if I had someone who was able to like know what I was going through in life and be like, hey, Shine, you know, I think, you know, school may not be the best route for you. I feel like I could have been a little bit more advanced in my career at this point if I didn't go to school, you know?
That's real. And I appreciate you sharing that because honestly, that's something that a lot of people do it for their parents. And that's a fact. That's a valid fact. You know, I was trying to do it for my parents.
Guilty.
Yeah. No, I mean, we're all guilty of it. I mean, everybody, I think, tries to do it for a bigger picture. Like, they want to satisfy the people that sacrifice for us. Yeah. You kind of want to sacrifice a little bit for them. Yeah. But in reality, when you look at it, you're kind of like, damn, I'm sacrificing 4 years that I could have been doing something and focusing on something that I actually like. And 4 years from now, I could have just taken care of you completely. But 4 years from now, I'm starting from scratch with that. So I'm a big believer in that because I made everything that I have to this day. I'm a college dropout, had kids, and had twins at 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? But I was still able to purchase a house, travel the world. You know what I'm saying? Like put my girls in good schools and charter schools versus public schools. You know what I mean? Like little things like that. That I had no college experience taught me any of that. And I was like a 7-time college dropout. Like I was that guy that every fall I was registering in college. And I'll go for a semester or two. Right and then I'm like, yeah, nah, like.
Bro, I failed the same fucking calculus class 3 times.
But
Because it's calculus.
But it's like college,
passing that?
dog,
Fuck that
like,
shit.
you know what I'm saying? So like, it is what it is. And I appreciate you sharing that because that's real. You know what I mean? Like that's authentic. That's something that we need to talk to our viewers and let them know that it's okay, man. Like, yeah, your parents are your parents. Bro. We're gonna love them. We're gonna want to make them proud. But
especially for those who like are fortunate enough to like really know what they want.
Because that's a blessing.
Bro, and not a lot of people were like that, bro. And I knew what I fucking wanted.
Yeah.
And I knew what it needed, but I was already in school, so I'm like, fuck it. I ain't no quitter too.
Yeah.
But damn, bro, like if I could have just saw the bigger picture, I would have realized that there is really no benefits I was gonna reap out of getting a degree.
Yeah. Or just going out of what you really want to accomplish for yourself in your life. Yeah.
But hey, man, I'm grateful where I'm at in life right now. All the steps that I've taken have gotten me here. So it is what it is at this point. But
everything comes with a point.
It's all part of your path, bro.
It's all part of the story.
Knowing what I know now, man, you know, you always feel like you can do things differently. But I am who I am because for what I've been through. So
facts. And everything you've been through has allowed you to grow.
Yeah.
You know, everything you've been through built you. So I feel like we should leave it on that tip. Yeah. You know what I mean? We should definitely come back for part 2, but we just want to take the time to appreciate you for taking the time, sharing your knowledge.
Cheers, brother. Cheers.
Again, not only just on fashion, man, just on overall.
Bro, I could talk shit all day.
No, trust me, we could talk shit all day too. But like it's we want to make sure that we're giving out as much as possible, but also keeping people engaged and keeping tuned in hours. But we appreciate you coming through, man. Like we appreciate you always welcome to come by, even if you don't come on the pod, just hang out. We always got the vibes in the back and everything with people pulling up. But thank you for taking the time to share your knowledge on the fashion, to share your experience, how you got to where you're at and where you're going. You know what I mean? That's very big. And again, we can't do much in the sense of like, put you on a billboard, but all we can do is from our platform that we're building is put you on this pedestal and show you that on YouTube and on every platform that we have that you're doing something that's changing the game, and showing that you could be your authentic self with tattoos and all this shit and wearing slacks and loafers, 6 foot plus with tattoos and say, hey, you know what? I'm not an asshole. Come up to me and talk to me. Like I dress nice, but I have a regular conversation. So
100%,
we applaud you for being your authentic self. You're always welcome to come back to the podcast and always come back. And
if we could be any service to you and anything that you're doing to help progress or whatever the fuck it is, help promote what you're doing, more than welcome to do that as well. You have us at your disposal. But like he said, we're here to just give kudos where it's due. We grew up as men. I'm sorry, my fucking voice is all trippy right now. But we grew up as men not being able to, give kudos or give props or anything like that just from our upbringing. So we want to kind of change that narrative and be like, yo, dog, you're really doing your thing. We appreciate you. We respect what you're doing.
Appreciate
and like
that,
I said, if we can be any service to you, we're here.
Most definitely, man. I appreciate that, bro.
But yeah, I mean,
nothing but love, man. Nothing but love.
But wait,
Ended at that.
This is prolific as always, man. We thank you again, Cheyenne Munoz. Another last cheers, man.
I appreciate y'all for having me on
man.
board.
We can always come back. We can always come back and share
Most
more knowledge
man.
on anything. But thank you guys for always tuning in, and of course, make sure you guys follow the vibes. We're going to drop all Cheyenne's information right here. Follow him again if you're in Miami. Make sure you check him out at Sioux Supply, or even if you want to get fitted, or anything on the side. We gonna drop it.
DM him, whatever.
Listen,
it
man,
is.
if you got any questions, DM me. I answer all my shits. Man.
All his shit. It may take a couple days, but he's gonna get to it.
Coupon code prolific
for 10% off. You know what I'm saying? But thank you guys for tuning in. As always, it's your boy Berto, Prolific Podcast.
Your boy Will,
and our guest here, Chayanne Munoz. Be easy, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Be safe.
Peace.
Cause they thought I'd never make it. See me fall down and they celebrated. Learn how to win with no demonstration. Pop box the cool, gotta ventilate it. Cause I can't see shit out on 95. Prolific little bitch, I see dollar signs. The shit I done seen got me traumatized.